Hi, my name is Kevin, and I'm going to be running this course and doing something no inventor has ever done, showing you what I do to invent a simple product from home, from scratch. Yep, there's tons of courses out there, there's tons of companies out there, there's tons of information out there, but nobody's tying it all together, and that is my goal. This is not a channel that is telling you the right way to invent a product. It is, however, and I'm very confident in saying this, it is a way that can get you a very, very inexpensive and effective way to design, to come up with an idea, put that idea into a cohesive plan, to then create a prototype, which you can ultimately get listed online and start selling and start building your business or building your product from scratch. What do I use to do this? Simple software like Excel, 3D printers, and really just a can-do attitude. It's a lot easier than you think to create a product from scratch at home. So what am I the inventor of? I don't want you to trust me yet. I'm going to earn your trust. I am the inventor of the 5-minute pet bath. This is a quick and gentle way to wash your dog that's very low stress. And I'm also the inventor of the oil udder. This is a mess-reducing tool for home oil changers. This product has been in Car and Driver magazine. It's been on Chris Fick's YouTube channel with over 10 million subscribers. It's been on Motor Trend TV, and it continues to grow and accelerate and increase in sales every year. And it's been an excellent product. And this product is the dog shower, which is my most recent product, and it is launched just recently. So what does it look like? What is this whole channel going to be? Very easy. Dreaming it. What does dreaming it mean? Let me show you. So when you put together a dream, this is what it's going to look like. We're going to identify the problem. We're going to identify the problem. We're going to focus in on physically getting a specific problem identified. Many inventors make huge mistakes by trying to think they can have a bigger market by sort of solving a problem with a Swiss Army knife approach. And I'm going to be very blunt and very direct. Swiss Army knives are bad at everything. I'll say it. Yes, they get you out of a pinch, but nobody cooks with a Swiss Army knife and nobody cuts down trees with a Swiss Army knife. Why? Because they're not problem specific. So number one step is we got to get to a point where you're isolating the actual problem you're fixing. And it's going to end up looking something like this. This is a presentation I did that was displaying the problem I was solving, some of the big functionality associated with solving that problem, some of the components. Obviously, we were very iterative to develop these and get these into a place where they were both manufacturable, inexpensive, and effectively useful. And then I talk about some of the alternative ways to use it. But before we get into that, you has to have a foundation of why and what we are trying to. We're trying to solve a problem that people, care about, and there's enough people that care about that it's worth solving. It's really kind of a dumb and simple thing to talk about, but a lot of inventors are solving problems people don't really care about. And one of the bigger things is they don't listen to some of the data to put together. So in this example right here, we starting with the data of number of registered vehicles, and we get away from vehicles that won't need maintenance, and we sort of try to parse down and find the number of people that are responsible for their own vehicle maintenance. And then how many of those people that are actually do it? What do they do? So on and so forth. So this is the dream it side and trying to put together the dream that is your idea and sizing the problem. Then we get to move to my favorite part as a mechanical engineer, and that's the making it side. So these are prototypes. These are 3D printed molds. These actually have created parts that are absolutely identical to the finished product, with the exception of the material. And I'm able to make these at home from my own computer right to the 3D printer and do an injection of silicone and physically create these models and these prototypes myself for very, very cheap. This is very inexpensive. And we're able to test these. And of course, they're not going to be perfectly representative of a finished good that has the proper material, but we are going to be creating a condition to where we can have the unknowns identified, because no matter how smart you think you are, no matter how much experience you have in a particular space, you are going to have unknown unknowns, and those only are discovered by physically touching your product. And so I'm a huge advocate of prototype, because it does nothing but save you huge dollars later. So that is going to be the make it side of this channel, of this education platform. And we're going to get simple. We're going to keep it simple. We're going to keep it clever. I'm going to post things that you can print yourself at home. You can try to do injection molding stuff at home. It's going to be a lot of fun. And then we're going to transition over to what a lot of inventors probably find the most difficult, and that's selling it. I've been selling these products for multiple years, and I can't tell you the number of hard lessons I've learned getting these products out there, and you wouldn't believe what you'll discover as I call it Inventor's Periscope. And this Inventor's Periscope really comes down to not listening and really sort of sometimes avoiding reality, or not being not willingness to pivot. And it's not easy. It's not easy, and it's going to be the hardest part of inventing. But I also think it's the most fun. So, as you can see here, here's my one product. This is the direct website. This has taken tons of work. There's reasons why we have things listed in the order that they are. There's a reason that we have particular communication on a website, which is typically, you got their attention, then you want to generate excitement, right? This is a perceived solution. You are projecting a positive change in their life. But then the human brain comes into it and goes, okay, I understand this, but it's a product, and I start to not trust it. So then you say, hey, you got to start managing objections. That's what the human brain does. And as you look at this product here, we start to manage objections as to, oh, well, I don't believe it. It can't fit up in there. Oh, yes, it can. It's flexible. Well, I got to hold it. No, it's got a magnet, right? And so people in the sales process need to understand that it's generate excitement. Initially, first you got to get their attention, which, well, that's very difficult. Then you get them excited. Then they're going to start having objections to why they shouldn't part with their money. You need to address those objections in the order of which they usually come up, right? And this starts the sales data logging side is, well, why didn't you buy something? Well, you didn't buy something because you had an objection to it. And in today's goldfish world, where you get a very short amount of time to get somebody's attention span, you may have addressed it, but you didn't address it soon enough for them to leave the website. We're going to talk about things like that. And then you got to start building trust. It's like, okay, you manage my objections, but I still don't trust you. Why should I? This is the power of influencers. This is the power of being on magazines. This is the power of reviews, right? It's fundamentally about trust. And when you get to that point where your issue isn't really the product or what it can do, it's really trust. This is a long, slow hurdle to get over, because it takes early adopters to have a good experience, to talk about it, as well as other people to be able to essentially have a I'm searching for a word here, but they support somebody else. Oh yeah, I like that product. Oh, you have one? Yeah, I have one too. Well, the person between those two people is now, they're like, okay, I have a lot of trust in this product. I think we can actually do it. Or I think I'll actually be willing to buy it. And that sometimes takes time, especially if you have low budget or you're not, you don't have $100,000 to spend on ads, right? And then it grows from there. And so this is the Oil Otter product. You can get it on Amazon. Here's the Amazon listing for this product. Amazon itself is a monster behind the scenes. Don't get scared of it yet. It's one of the best ways to get an invention out there and to start to get feedback. It does hurt. It does hurt significantly, because with Inventor's Periscope, you tend to have your customer and their perception of and understanding of your product all worked out because you've been in the trenches. You get it. The problem is they don't actually get it. And they're making connections or connecting dots that aren't there, and this takes time. One of the biggest ones with this particular oil utter product when we first launched it was people didn't understand it was they thought it was rigid. So that was something we had to actually bring up in our communication about how to sell it, because they thought this was hard plastic. They didn't realize it could actually fold and stick into tight, smaller spaces. And then another one was simply the fact that people we actually launched it without a nipple. So that's how it originally launched. And we ended up having to add this nipple to the end of it, which actually we call the combo plug. And that was all based on feedback, because we thought people would just sort of let it leak out, drain, tip it, dump it, and they didn't want that. They didn't want that at all. And so we went all the way down this road of Inventor's Periscope, perceiving what the customer wanted just to be wrong. So you're going to get that reality. This is a part of the sell it aspect to it. But the fun part is there's a point at which maybe you can quit your job. Maybe you can, get another, pay for all your vacations. Maybe you can, even lower the benchmark. You don't want another 10, 12, 20, $50,000 a year? Okay, maybe it's not a multi-million-dollar idea, but I think you wouldn't say no to working Saturday mornings to make an extra $25,000 or $30,000 a year. Right. This is what we're looking at with a simple product. And this also is the gateway to you scaling something much bigger, much more effective, much more cost effective, maybe in a bigger market with a better idea, with better IP. Of course, we're going to talk about patents and what that means. I even had this product stolen. This product's been stolen by China. We're going to talk about that. So really looking forward to showing you guys all of what we have, up to including Amazon. Here's the 5-minute pet bath ad, why we do the videos the way they do, why that website is ordered in the way it's ordered, how we get and communicate with being able to do professional video, and really have some fun with this. So I hope you enjoy it, and we're going to start breaking this down into smaller little segments, and you can just watch how I do things and feel free to comment, question, and see where it goes. So thank you very much.